All right, we have kind of a mixed pre-market here. S&P futures down 0.08%, basically near unchanged. Dow futures up 0.03%, basically near unchanged. And the NASDAQ here down 0.15%, also, especially for the NASDAQ, basically near unchanged. So a little bit of mixed, little bit of under pressure, but fairly neutral here today. And also we are up off of the lows from the pre-market here this morning. Let's go ahead and take a look at some cues from the last session here. Sectors posting the biggest losses on Tuesday, including communication services, consumer discretionary, and information technology, leading most S&P 500 sectors, to close on a negative note. U.S. stock futures were fluctuating on Wednesday after Tuesday's lower close. Futures of major benchmark indices were mixed, as I just covered. Investors interpreted the latest batch of corporate earnings as solid, but not spectacular, offering a convenient excuse to take profits after strong year-to-date rallies. Palantir, one of the poster children for this year's AI-fueled rally, slumped around 8% despite easily beating Wall Street estimates and raising full-year guidance. President Trump's legal authority to impose most of his sweeping duties face a key test at the Supreme Court today. Justices will hear arguments in a case whose decision could have significant reverberations for the global economy. Now, from what I understand here, we're not going to get any decisions today. It's just going to be testimony today. But it will be interesting to see how the market reacts to that. I can't remember exactly what time it starts. I'll try and find that for you, but that's going to be one of the bigger things, I think, on deck here today. The 10-year Treasury bond yielded 4.08%, and the 2-year bond was at 3.58%. Now, we do have some stocks in focus here today. First one's going to be ticker AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. That fell 2.81% in the pre-market on Wednesday, despite better than expected financial results for the third quarter. It said it expects fourth quarter revenue of approximately $9.6 billion. Plus or minus $300 million. AMD closed yesterday at $250.05 and is currently sitting at $241.71 in the pre-market here today. Qualcomm is the second stock on our list here today. That's ticker QCOM. It was 0.42% lower ahead of earnings scheduled to be released after the closing bell here today. Analysts expect it to report earnings of $2.87 per share on revenue of $10.77 billion. Robinhood is our next stock on the list here, ticker HOOD. That was 0.66% higher as analysts expect it to report earnings of 53 cents per share on revenue of $1.21 billion after the closing bell. Pinterest tumbled 18.9% as it posted downbeat earnings for the third quarter with revenue of $1.05 billion in line with analyst estimates. The Idea Discovery platform company's adjusted earnings of 38 cents per share missed analyst estimates of 42 cents per share. The last stock on our list here today is McDonald's, ticker MCD, which slipped 0.36% before its expected reported earnings of $3.33 per share on revenue of $7.09 billion before the opening bell. Looking at McDonald's right now, it closed at $299.21 and is currently sitting at $301.79 here in the pre-market. Now, we do have more earnings here. I'm going to go ahead and share the earnings calendar with you. As mentioned here today, Qualcomm, ARM, AppLovin, Robinhood, Fortinet, Allstate, all are going to report tonight. You could throw DoorDash in there as well. Tomorrow in the morning, we've got ConocoPhillips and a couple of other energy companies. And then tomorrow evening, after the market closes, we get Airbnb. So still some pretty big earnings coming the rest of this week.